Sixth graders, welcome to our screencast on creating a favicon. You might ask what a favicon is. A favicon is a small icon that you see in a browser tab when you go and look at the person's webpage. So up in the corner of my browser tab, you can see I've used an old retro Mac as my favicon. So we're going to teach you in this short screencast how to make your own favicon for your webpage. So let's go for it. First things first, in my editor, what I've done is I've created a generic web page just to show you how to make a favicon, because I'm not going to change the one that's on my personal page. So anyhow, the first thing you have to decide is what you would like, what kind of icon you'd like to become your favicon. So that all depends on what your interests are. So let's assume that you wanted a football to be your favicon. I like football, so it seems like an obvious choice for me. First step in creating a favicon is to open another browser tab window and do an image search for the item you'd like to become your favicon. So I'm going to look for a football. Okay, so when I do my image search, I see all kinds of footballs, and really any of these footballs will do for your favicon. I'm going to choose this one right here that's kind of horizontal. And the first step in creating your favicon is to pay no attention to that little drag I just did on the desktop, because I had to practice this before you got here. Anyhow, you got to take your graphic you want to become your favicon, drag it out to your desktop. Second try for me. Okay, and there it is. See it out on my desktop? It's called football.jpg. That's step one. Find an image online, drag it out to your desktop. Step two. We're going to use this cool favicon website creator for us. For your convenience, I made a link on my lesson plan page on Tuesday, right here, where it says, use this site to make the favicon after watching the lesson. That's kind of what you're watching now. But when I go to this site, it's called Favicon Generator. It's really straightforward. All right, it says, upload an image, and this will convert it to a Windows favicon. Okay, so anyhow, where it says image, says choose file, all I have to do is upload that image I just put on my desktop. So if I go to choose file and direct myself to the desktop, right, that's where I just downloaded that football. Okay, so I'm going to try to find it. There's my football. And now when I open it, it says create favicon. You have an option here that says maintain image dimensions. I'd probably leave that checked. All right, it's going to make a teensy tiny icon out of your picture, so that's normal. So anyhow, if I go to create favicon, it generates it, and then right here it says download generated favicon. When I click that, it's going to download it. So next question is, where do your downloads go? Because you're going to have to upload that download to Weebly. And of course, if I just take this Chrome window out of the way for a minute, and I go into my Finder window, okay, in Finder, you have a downloads folder. That's where you're going to find your favicon. It named my favicon favicon.ico. So for me, all I'm going to do is quickly just drag that out to the desktop. There's my favicon. Looks a little bit blurry, but that's normal. And then what I want to do is upload that to my Weebly site. So if I go back into my Weebly editor and I choose settings, that's where you go to upload a favicon. Okay, by default, everybody got a orange W for their favicon. That's Weebly. But we have our own personal favicon that we're going to upload. So when I click upload, if I just direct myself back to the desktop and try to find my favicon, there it is, favicon.ico, and I open it, you'll see a little football upload. Okay, now when I publish my website, I should be able to see my favicon. So when I publish it, which I will do, and open it up into a new browser window, you will see at the top my tiny football favicon. So favicons are fun. They add a little personal touch to your personal website. One thing I have learned doing favicons is once you choose a favicon, if you change your mind, you can upload a new one, but it might not show up in your browser window for, I don't know what the time is, like an hour, a day, 10 minutes, or if you have to quit and start again. I've tried that. So anyhow, if you change your favicon, don't be surprised if it doesn't show up immediately, even after you refresh your page. So just one thing I've learned after doing favicons for a couple days. So now you know how to make a favicon. It's your turn to go out and make a favicon. And until next time, 6th graders, enjoy. Adios.